friends, how are you doing? It's April 27th. It's Sunday. I hope everyone has had a good Sunday. I really do mean that. Let's talk about what we can expect here in the market this week. I think it's going to be a good week. I think everyone seems to be happy, at peace in the well, that's kind of hard to say in the world, but things seem to be okay at the moment. That could all change to Monday morning. But, the market is doing good. It's doing better. I think the market is in la la land right now, and that's okay because we're just going to keep doing what we do while the market's in la la land. And obviously what I mean by la la land is because, the tariffs have been pushed back till July. We're seeing Trump calming down on the tariffs a little bit from what he's saying right now. And, we're going through quarterlies right now, and we're seeing a lot of companies produce good quarterlies, some not so good, but, there's still, this week is going to bring more. So let's talk I try to make this a short video because I know it's Sunday, everyone's with their families, they don't want to listen to me yap, but let's get right into it. Let's just clarify Sofi, what's going on here with it. So April 29th, which is Tuesday, Sofi will be releasing their quarterlies, okay? Now, I think a lot of us at this point were highly suspicious that these will be the billion-dollar quarterlies that Sofi has been looking for. We've seen since the last quarterly, since Q4, that was amazing in their biggest quarterly to date. They've had a lot of huge loan deals. I mean, they've had massive, we're talking billions of dollars of loan deals. So we could see some massive revenue really be kicking in here with Sofi. I mean, this could be a radical quarterly that's coming out here. I mean, this could be like slam dunk Michael Jordan from the 3-point line here. I mean, this would be crazy quarterly that we're about to see here. So I think there is this thing of, we could possibly see Sofi, jump to some high mid-teen range where we go from this 12, 13, we're pretty much at 13 at this point almost. But, if they nail down this quarterly and it just blows everything out of the water here with the Bears, I would not be shocked to see Sofi run to like $15 to $17. It's done it plenty before. But I think too, more than what you're going to see, I'm not really expecting Sofi to run heavy here Monday and even Tuesday. I think what you're probably going to see is for the masses, that is, and especially big money, Wall Street money, you're going to see maybe Sofi release their quarterlies, release statements. They're going to talk, our wonderful CEO here of Sofi, and they're going to release what they've done, what they have going on, and what's to come. And that right there, if they do show that they are making, they're in this situation of where they're doing somewhat like Palantir's done the past 2 years, where they're, every quarterly it looks like now where they're coming out like, okay, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, can we get in the 40% range of like on top of each quarterly? That's really going to be a big indication that Sofi is going to get into some very expensive stock range here very fast. So, I think I do think that we're going to be in a situation sooner than we think that Sofi is going to be a pretty high double-digit stock here. The fact that Sofi bled off to this $9 range here just, a handful of weeks ago with the market selling off, that could possibly be your last little time to see Sofi as a one-digit number stock. It may be double-digit here from now on when they release this quarterly. Regardless, I do think this quarterly is going to be good. The question is how good is it going to be? Is it just going to be like is it going to be like times 2 the last one that just released? Like it's like Q4 of 2024. We knew that was going to be a good quarterly, but we didn't know that it was going to be that good. I mean, it was like a massive quarterly. I mean, a huge jump. So it's not going to take much more for Sofi to really get into a range of, they hit $1 billion. Maybe they're going to flush over $1 billion. I think that's a really good, there's a really good chance that that's going to happen here. So I know a lot of you have been setting yourself up, been buying it, been compounding it, and I think we're about to be rewarded here. But like I said, I'm expecting Sofi to hold at least positions, depending on, the market seems to be doing okay at this point, but obviously, anything could just, a switch could go off and the market could just show a little fear here. And I wouldn't so much doubt it because things have been going so good. There could be a little bit of a sell-off here at any point. So Monday, Tuesday, even Tuesday with the quarterlies being released, I'm not expecting much out of those 2 days, to be completely honest, unless the market just goes berserk. It's really what's coming after that, and especially into May here, with where and what SoFi is about to release with what they've done business-wise. Like I said, if they release this big $1 billion quarterly, we're going to see SoFi, no problem, run into a $14, $15 range, a minimum, okay, especially with the market holding its own right now and looking to get back to this, almost, I don't want to say 6,000 point range, but we're definitely at 55. There's no reason that the market couldn't get back to 56, 57, point, the S&P 500, obviously I'm talking about here, but there's no reason that it couldn't get back to, that 56, 57 range. Maybe, possibly. I think it can. There's a high possibility it can here. It's not going to take a lot more. So, friends, what I'm trying to say here is SoFi, we know it's going to be good. The question is, how good is SoFi going to be here? And we're going to see. We're going to find out together. So just going over Soundhound here, Soundhound is in a little bit of a different situation where Soundhound here has been, 2024 was an amazing year for the company, and we watched it all of 2024 really just turn into something very special here. Now, the question is, this Q1 that's coming out here May 8th with Soundhound, is this going to really show that Soundhound can continue this heavy earnings here in 2025? As of right now, the evidence is strong that it can at least achieve a minimum of, right under 40 million, quarterly range of what revenue of what it brought in last one, Q4 of 2024. What we know, the solid proof of what we can at least know about what's happened here with Soundhound is that Soundhound has achieved a lot of deals. They got a lot of deals in 2024, and they continue to do that into this year as well. Not as much, so far this year, but they've still done very well. But we should continue to see this nice, this nice revenue come in with them. The question is, can Soundhound achieve this $50 million mark here on their next quarterly, this Q1? If they do, I think Soundhound has high potential to run to this, $11, $15 range here. We know that people are willing to pay these high ranges for Soundhound. And look, Soundhound has this special, light around it because what is it? It's AI stock. What investors love right now? The theme, the love, the zeitgeist of the market right now is AI stocks. People want AI stocks. They like AI stocks. And Soundhound here is, they're making money. They're making more money than they've ever made. Now, obviously, Soundhound here, they're not making crazy money. I mean, they're not making crazy money whatsoever. But the thing is, they're making more money than they've ever made, okay? They're doing very well. I mean, they have completely reworked their company. They have completely found their product that is wanted, is needed, and is obviously finding a place here in this new decade with AI. And this is the situation that's probably going to be, continue to be the theme of the whole market here. Probably the rest of our trading life. Let's be honest here. It's going to be AI. It's going to be tech. It's software, everything. Just the big broad view conversation of that. Tech stocks will always continue to do well here. And right now, Soundhound is pretty much really, it's doing very well with what their bread and butter is. I mean, you're watching a company that is just completely radically changed right under people's noses, and a lot of people did not catch it in time. So if they continue to push up on this high revenue range, I definitely think that Soundhound is going to be, a radical stock to hold here by the end of the year. I mean, imagine if Soundhound continues to at least pop another 5 to 10% on top of their last Q4. That's a lot. We, by the end of the year, if they were to continue Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, we could be talking about a $55 to $60 million quarterly by the Q4 of 2025. That's a huge improvement. That's a lot of money. That's crazy amount of money compared to what they were making in 2023 and especially 2024 here. So you're talking about a company that is going to get a lot more attention, 100%. So friends, I know I'm not really going over stock, I'm not going over charts. I don't think there's much reason to go over charts right now. I think what we're dealing with right now is news. It's revenue. We're in earnings season. I'm not trying to, kind of where a lot of these stocks are at this point. This is kind of going to be where they're at the moment until they release their quarterlies. More than likely, they'll play around this range where they're at right now until they see quarterlies, till proof is shown that they are achieving revenue on top of what they've already made, and there's no backpedaling at this point. So I'm excited. I think I kept this a short video. I know you guys are tired of hearing me yap, but listen, I do appreciate everyone being here. I really do mean that. It means the world to me that people listen to me and we all talk, communicate, and listen, you can't do this alone. It's investing is hard enough, but doing it alone is really hard, and it's we all need to see where everyone's at and what everyone's thinking. I think we're going to have another good 2 weeks in the market. I imagine there will be days of drama, of course, but in those days of drama, those will be days to where, buy, continue to push into the market. But we've still got 2 heavy weeks of earnings reporting quarterlies here. And I do suspect that we're going to see some of the biggest earnings coming here. Listen, when Palantir releases their quarterlies here very soon, I highly suspect this week it will be a big shift in the market, and Palantir could get stupid expensive here with what's about to happen with them. So, friends, I wish all of you the best of luck. I really do mean that, and I will talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.